So what's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I know that you've been traveling all over and everything. So tell me about your experiences traveling.
Just trying to fly out, leaving the country, it's a big challenge. Just making sure that you have everything you need, making sure that you don't have anything illegal. Going to El Salvador was very humble for me. That was my first place out of the country. It's a very great experience for me. It's just everything's so new, the cultures is different, the rules are different, the police is different. They have different citizenship, they have different ways of handling things, they have different ways of solving issues. The 3 countries that I've went to, they all have been unique in their own ways. One thing that they have going on in El Salvador is different for us is they breastfeed out there. They're allowed to walk around and breastfeed. And usually nudity out in the country here is a little bit more censored, and out there they're a little bit more open, and the beaches are more open, and hold yourself accountable. The homeless people who actually where they live and all that, those things are a lot different than ours. People who live in certain houses, they don't have roofs. Some places they don't have ceilings, and they don't look at it as a big deal as we would. The type of experiences that I have been dealing with out there has been real different for me because I'm not used to living in a house without roof. So those type of situations are so different for me. Those are the big differences that I did have out there. Argentina, they actually lived a little bit more like us. It just was very hot. So a lot of people, they're used to being outside 115-degree weather, and I'm not. So when I'm out there, it's just like, oh, I want to be in the house or in some building. When I was in Luxembourg, it was about the same as well.
Here you see some issues with people accepting people who are foreigners. Well, I mean, you were technically a foreigner in another country. Did you encounter any issues as far as acceptance? And also, what do you think people from here can learn about acceptance of others who are foreigners?
I know one thing, it's hard to get people to be friendly when they don't know you. The thing that I did learn being over there is that people accept you. They're not used to seeing people, especially like my race. And I'm a basketball player, so it's like they look at me and they think I'm a big celebrity. So my status when it comes to showing up to other people's countries is a lot more different than the next person because of my size and how I look. People come up to me, ask me a lot of questions. They don't do that in this country. I'm not going to disrespect. They're a little bit more stuck up and focusing on what's going on with them. Different countries, if they're not used to seeing you, they're going to be shocked to see you, like eyes popping out, like, oh my goodness, who is this? That, when it comes to just showing up in somebody's country, people are friendly just based off of who you are and how you look. It's been a humble experience when people come up to me and talk to me. It just shows how different it is from being over there.
What suggestions do you have as far as being able to have people accept others and be more friendly towards foreigners here?
If you look at other countries, they're a little bit more friendly than us. Go to Africa and people just don't look at you sideways. They look at you as your family. If I suggest anything, is people who come that are foreigners that come to our country, we should look at them as family just as much as they do us.
So what are some things that you think we do great at?
They have certain programs for multicultural, other races that come in other countries, the foreigners that come, they actually get the certain amount of attention that they should get. We had a program for the people who didn't speak English well, such as the Chinese people who came. And that just shows like how good people are because they don't have to do that. From my perspective, I feel like they do get attention to show that they are welcome here when they come here.
Speaking of language and language barrier, did you encounter any type of language barriers?
When you go out there, you kind of pick up on a few things. I didn't pick up on, main sentences. I didn't pick up on the big words. I've always picked up on certain things, like if I was ordering food or if I was trying to get somebody to attention, or I would just learn certain words. I'm going to El Salvador is the basic Spanish, and then when you go to Argentina, they have a different way of speaking Spanish, which I'm surprised about because Spanish, they actually, I thought it was just one language, but they have 5 ways of saying different languages. And in Luxembourg, they have their own language of Luxembourg. When I first got there, I thought it was German, and I have not yet to pick up on Luxembourgish, learned enough to, if I wanted something to eat or if I wanted to call a cab, something in that nature. Just small words, actually. I learned the chicken and as kebab. The kebab is like a chicken up there, so if I just wanted something, I just call it kebab.
As you know, I told you before, we have our slogan. It's called "What are you?" So if I had to ask Emilio Parks, Mr. Emilio Parks, what are you?
I'm honestly, man, just a educated young black male that just trying to live my dream. I came a long way from a small city. You know, I wanted to prove to everybody that you can make it out my city. And coming from the state of Ohio, the place where I'm from, Ashtabula, they don't believe in chasing their dreams. The more portion of our people don't want to chase their dreams. And one thing I want to do is show them that it's life outside of this and that you can fulfill what you've been dreaming all of your lives. And that's all I really want to do for myself, let alone the people who do look up to me and support me throughout all my life.